Hello everybody, welcome. Welcome to this wonderful reading that I'm going to do. Basically, this is how it seems to be. I guess that this is going to be a wonderful time to understand and how it is and how it seems to be. So, I know that there are things that's going to be very good, and there are promises to understand. We have our own, how it is, our own way of how it seems to be, and understand it. This is the almost like the truth or reconciliation, but this is how it seems to be. It's the way of how it goes. It's the way of how it seems to be. I understand that how it is, and the way of how it goes, and is the way of how it seems to be, because in other words, it's the way of how it is, and it's just the way it seems to be, So understand about how it is one way or another, because we have to face our own abilities to know from our own our rights and as people and stuff, and we have to acknowledge that it's the way of how it is. It's a play-by-play situation, and we have to understand about how it is, right? We have to be good about how things are, how it is, and what's happening. So in this reading that I'm going to do, is basically how things are in one way or another, because this is how it is, because I have to see this as a wonderful reading, and it's basically provided about how it goes, and there are things that you're trying to remember and trying to discover, and it's the way of how it goes, it's the way of how it seems to be, right? And this is how it is. So in this reading, I hope that you all enjoy this. Give it a like and a comment and enjoy, because this is how it is. So I'm going to look at your past, your present, your future of how it is, and it's the way of how it goes, and this is how it seems to be, and this is how it seems to be. So I hope that you enjoy this reading and how it is. So let's get started. So in this reading, you have the Judgment card, because you're going to tell the truth. You have Wheel of Fortune is upright, because basically you have good luck on your side, but the Queen of Cups reversed, there's something that wasn't very good. It's unhealthy, it's the way of how to do it, right? Because of how it seems to be, and there are times where we have to encourage of how it is, right? We have to put our own standards and how it seems to be and what this is how it is. So, in this reading, this is just how it seems to be, and whether it seems to be good or bad, it's the way of how it is, right? So, this is how it is, and I'm just going to do how this reading is going to go, because this is how it kind of remains, because in this reading, we're going to see what's going on, and let's see how it seems to be. So I'm going to clarify this Judgment card. Four of Cups is upright, and the Sun card is upright. So you could be dealing with another Leo, you could be dealing with another Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, because there's distraction, right? So you have distraction from your own way of how it is, but you have your positivity. That what remains. I'm going to clarify the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so you have nine Pentacles reversed, because there's no comfort. And then you have the Eight of Swords reversed, because there's no anxiety. Interesting. But then you have the Ace of Swords is upright, because there's understanding. So in the past, basically you have distraction, positivity. That was in your past. The present from now, you have basically your understanding. Right, because you have an understanding that you're having good luck on your side, and you have, like almost your P's and Q's of how it is, right? And you have that. The ability to learn something from the Queen of Cups reversed is there's something that was wrong with that, right? There was something that was very, unconscious, so that's how it is. But I'm going to say what the opposite of this card is. The King of Wands reverses, there's no passion. But then you have the Page of Pentacles reversed, because there's no prospects. But then you have the Page of Wands is upright because there's invention. Yeah, so you could be dealing with another. So this could be. So you could be dealing with another Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. You'd be dealing with another Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. You'd be dealing with another Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. You could be dealing with another Leo. So there are things that you're trying to remember and trying to, outstand each other. It's the way of how it is. It's the way of, how to know how it is, right? It's learning from the outside, and whatever you do, you have to remember that, right? It's the way of how it is. In some way and somehow, it's basically how it seems to be. So I'm going to clarify the Sun card here, but in the middle is the Two of Swords upright because you don't know which direction you're going to take, left or right, and this is how it is. It's basically how it kind of looks, and this is how it is. It's a format. It's the way of how it goes. It's the originality, and whether you have that, it's the way of how it seems to be. You have to learn from your ways to understand that, right? Because this is just from the get-go. This is from how it kind of is. It's the way of I'm trying to observe the situation, and this is what the Two of Swords is remaining about, going which direction you're going to take, left or right. So you're trying to remember how it is. So I'm going to see that. Let's see. So let's see this. So what the universe is saying for that situation. Okay, so the Seven of Wands reversed because there's no resonance. The Moon card represents misinterpretation. Seven of Cups reversed because there's no delusion. But the Four of Wands is upright because there's celebration. Yeah, see? Because you're going to celebrate, but which direction you're going to take, left or right. Okay? Now, I want to clarify about what the universe is saying about the Ace of Swords. Okay, so the Three of Cups reversed because there's no celebration. But then you get to understand that there's, so King of Pentacles reversed because there's no security. Interesting. The Nine of Swords reversed because there's no trauma. But then you have the Nine of Wands represents fear. Ah, interesting. Okay, I can understand that. So what's obvious about this Page of Wands? Five of Cups is upright for grief. And then you have the Six of Pentacles is upright because there's kindness. See, this is how it seems to be. It's the way of how it goes. It's basically how it is, right? Because you have to honor your own way of knowing what to do. You have that prosperity of knowing which direction you're going to take, left or right. And whenever you are learning from your A, B's, and C's, your letters, your alphabets, your numbers, you're on a way of a journey, like a pathway. And whether if you have fear, kindness, fear is like a negative feeling. Grief is like, you're grieving about something. You have an understanding of how it is, but then you have kindness and you have celebration. So it's like this is how it kind of remains, because in society everything like changes like a split second. You have to know how it is. You have to know from right and wrong. You have to know your interpretation. And I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you what the cards are saying, because in that note you have to know how it is. Life is a journey from how it is, but you know how it seems to be, and this is how it goes. So I know that this reading is a good reading so far, but it's the main focus of how it is. It's the main drag. It's the main how it is, right? Because in some way, some way of how it is, because in one way or another is the way of how it seems to be. It's the way of knowing what to do, but this is how it goes. So I hope that this reading helps you. Give it a like, give it a comment, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much. Bye for